This is an off weekend, so there's no race analysis, and this is just something that I thought was noteworthy to talk about. It's Ken Roczen. There's a big question mark as to what's going on because him leaving Supercross early. We all saw it happening. The dude starts off with a win, which is everything that this guy has been through, able to win a Supercross, win professional races, is just nuts. It's just nuts. But I don't want to see him leave the sport without getting that Supercross championship. However, the probability is that it may not happen. It may not happen. So putting that into consideration and what he's posted on social media lately, it gives you the impression that potentially it's time to hang up the boots. It's time to move on. You're young. You're somewhat healthy. Like, yeah, you've got some gnarly injuries that are going to haunt you the rest of your life, but you're not in a wheelchair. And you do have money on hand that you can go do some other ventures. Because there's one thing about a guy like Roczen, that he's been working his ass off ever since he was a little kid. So if he just takes that mentality into doing whatever, if it's starting a coffee company or starting his own team or, managing something, hopefully he doesn't start his own team. Hopefully he just goes for like a paying position as a test rider or a manager, something like that, because you're just going to lose money. Like my good friend Donnie Hansen, he always asks me, Johnny, how do you get rich racing, motorcycles? And I'm like, oh, you win races. And he's like, nope, you start with a fortune. And the joke is that it costs so much money that you're never really going to be net positive. But digression over, what he has posted is he's posted his Sprinter van, selling it for $265,000. Oh. These Sprinters, I gotta talk to one of the guys that has been building some of these, and yeah, they literally are $265,000, $300,000 for these Sprinters. It's ridiculous. I personally would rather have, 5 or 6 Bitcoin, and hopefully when he does sell this, Roczen buys some Bitcoin because he'll 10 times his money, which would be smart, especially if you're retiring, or if you just want to spend the money. A Lambo is really nice than one of these things. And I believe the reason why they cost so damn much is because it takes like 6 months for the guys to manufacture and build it, because it's not just coming off of like a fleet, But that is a sign. We all saw it happen with when Chad Reed retired. He was selling all of his stuff. And then the next thing is he posted a video of him riding his Suzuki in black and white. So it's like nobody is going to be able to tell that. Well, actually, he even says 2016 shit. And so when you're contracted, he should not be allowed to post him riding anything else. I remember during the Motocross of Nations when he was a kid, he was about 16 years old. He came to Colorado because it was at Lakewood. And I asked him at a private track, I asked him if he could ride my Honda 450 to see what he thought of the suspension, because I was having trouble at the sand track we were at. And he told me, no, there's no way I can do that. I could lose my ride. He was on a Suzuki at the time. And I was like, oh, okay, I completely get it. I understand. Completely understand. But here, he's showing a lot of people this. So this is it poking the bear? It's sad that it seems that A, you're only good as your last race, and B, when your stock is falling, maybe he's owed money that he should be given something. Because we've seen guys like Baggett that leave just in a mystery, and because of these NDAs and all the lawyers involved when it comes to these teams, they're not allowed to say anything, not allowed to show anybody anything. So this is kind of looking to me kind of like an FU when it comes to factory Honda, which is a bummer. But Honda is probably looking at a business standpoint. They're not too worried about it because, yeah, they've got a superstar in Roczen. However, they've got a young kid, Chase Sexton, that has proven he can win races. He just has to be consistent. And then you've got Jet Lawrence coming up. And, maybe his brother Hunter. But you've got some guys that are just have the talent to win the championships and the races that are needed for Honda. So anyway, let me know in the comments below what you all think with this. Do you think Kenny's done? Do you think this is an FU to Honda? Do you think he's retiring early? Do you think he's going to race the Nationals? Do you think we're going to see him win any more races? Do you think he's going to come back to Supercross? Do you think he's going to start his own team? Think he's going to be back on a Suzuki? Very interesting. Anyway, bro,